All right, and yeah, you were criticized for that, for meeting with them.
I did it in the most honest and genuine way. When I was invited to this Gulen movement happenings, I always participated because of my wife and because of, the relationship that there was between me and her family, and because everything was so happy and so nice, didn't really found a problem in going to a meeting and finding a Jesuit, but I should have actually, my alarm bells probably should have been ringing from that moment onwards, because after I started, questioning them about their connection with the Jesuits, they became increasingly suspicious of me. And
yeah, and people forget this, and you said this one time, that these type of people, the Vatican loves to basically, if you go to any of these people and actually get a chance to talk to them, they are going to basically give you their blessings, seem as nice as can be, and then basically stab you in the back through their minions who work for them in the intelligence agencies and the mafia and other criminal organizations. So the Vatican will always kill you with blessings, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. They will always do that with blessings. But, I find very strange the whole happening regarding Thomas Michel. What is the Gulen movement really trying to do with the Vatican? Is it a relation which is also, in a way, they are taking advantage of, and they are trying to gain, more profit out of it with... I really don't know. It's very strange to say, because also...
If you look at analogies here, I think they're doing the same thing with that movement that they've done with with Jews, and Jews that have sold out to the Pope, and rabbis and people who actually are working with the Vatican. In fact, the whole Knesset and the Jewish leaders in Israel are sold out just like the American leaders. They're doing the same thing to the Protestants in this country, who have sold out their real true Protestantism, and all those past evangelical pastors who are basically working with the Vatican. Ask yourself why the Anglican Church in England right now came up with a statement, I think it was 4 or 5 months ago, that their bishops are going to be working together and actually going to be under the authority of the Pope. That is unusual. Why has Tony Blair become a Catholic? And we can go on and on and on. So I think they're doing the same thing in the Muslim world, and they're using the leaders there, as they're using American leaders, as they're using American media, the Muslim media.
The thing, Greg, is about the message. The message should be about tolerance, about love. When this tolerance and this love are clearly not respected, then the rest of the message is just inconsistent. You understand?
Right. And I think people still to this day, even people that do a lot of research, are just going, when I make a statement like I just made, their head spins, and they go, that can't be possible. Well, it can be possible. How the heck else are you going to get a global movement together unless you get control of all sides of religion, all sides of geopolitical affairs, all sides of wars? And you need somebody behind the scenes to control it. And that somebody is the Jesuit and the Vatican. And they're the perfect cover. The perfect cover not only through financing, not only through bogus religious movements, and like I said, they're in every part of your life. And I don't think you were on in the first 20 minutes when I read the story that came out in the Telegraph. And the Vatican this week, or last week, has outlined the new 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And the list condemns everything they do. Genetic modification, you're going to hell. Carrying out experiments on humans, you're going to hell. Polluting the environment, you're going to hell. If you don't recycle a bottle, you're going to hell. Causing social injustice, you're going to hell. Causing poverty, you're going to hell. Becoming obscenely wealthy, you're going to hell. And taking drugs are the 7 new deadly Vatican sins, mortal sins, that are replacing what Pope Gregory did in the 6th century. Envy, gluttony, greed, lust, wrath, and pride. Now, they made this statement. It's totally I'm just sitting there, I'm just laughing. I mean, and this came out in the Osservatore Romano.
It's incredible the amount of hypocrisy of these people. This goes beyond words.
Exactly. And that was by Monsignor Grote, who basically works right with the Pope. And I'm just sitting there. Let me see. I got an email here. Ask Leo, and this is from Clinton Torres, about speaking with you publicly for us in Colorado. I'm a friend, and I'm asking about him. Ask what he thinks about coming to Colorado for some public speaking events. I will call in if Leo wants me to. Clinton, you can call 559-781-3773. But it's so hard to do this on a shoestring budget, Clinton, that it's difficult to travel all over. And
but my intention is definitely to come over to the U.S. after this ordeal is over. I know that there is many friends there waiting for a change, waiting for something big to happen, and I know that together maybe, we can launch these comedies of hope and this tour of hope in a proper way, if things are done, obviously from there it's going to be easier.
Right, and so that's somebody from Colorado wants you to come and talk, and I'm sure there's people all over this country that appreciated your information that you brought out, and also your...
you see, the thing is that America is in any way, maybe at the moment, under the risk of becoming a fascistic country, but at the same time, America represents a beacon of true freedom and liberty for the people who really understand the true American spirit.
Exactly, and this true American spirit, people need to read the Constitution, and what that means is we're tolerant towards views that differ from ours, and that's what makes this country great. What we need to find out is who's infiltrated our government, our major religions, and to clear that up without people that are claiming religious persecution. And I believe through these organizations, through religion, they can manipulate millions of Americans, and that's very obvious that they're doing it. So if we have the courage to step out and to start naming names, looking deeply into the Vatican story, more deeply than our media would like us to, because we know they're controlled by them, and I would fathom a guess that much of the alternative media is also controlled by them. And you can see it by just the response you get when you try to talk about the truth. You get it from everybody. You'll get it from the people who say they're just journalists, and then they rip you apart. You get it from people who say they're going to heaven and are Bible believers. They rip you apart. And it becomes what is called divide and conquer, very simple. And they do a good job of it. But I know there are people out there who don't want to put up with it anymore, who will listen to this story, and who basically will want to come forward and say, hey, let's get to the bottom of whatever's going on and make this a better place to live. Because I think Europe is gone. I mean, Europe is done. I mean, when the Euro came in, I mean, we got a whole bunch of people there that have always looked to America for financial freedom as a country that they could come to. But I think Europe is under the control of the Pope. And if I could read this, Leo, again, so people get it. And I put it on my website, and hopefully people read it. But if you don't think the European Union is the same of what's coming here to the North American Union, and who's in control of the European Union, and who will eventually be in control of the North American Union, listen to what UN Ambassador from Lebanon and former President of the General Assembly of the UN, Charles Malik, said. He said this: the only hope for this Western world is an alliance between the Roman Catholic Church, which is the most commonly influential, controlling, unifying element in Europe, and the Western Orthodox Church. The only hope for the Western world, now that includes us, America, lies then in a united Europe under the control of the Pope. Now he tells you right there, Leo,